Okay, so welcome back to These Coins and Banknotes, and in today's we are looking at Colombian coins used in the 1960s. So coins are actually pretty interesting because it shows the history and the culture as well as the language of the country. And here we have a variety of coins from 1 to 5, 10, 20 and 50 centavos. We have a 1 and 5 pesos, so we'll talk about those first. So these ones are minted up until 1966, 40, 10, 20 and 50. Then they changed the design in 1967 to 1969. Now why these are only 3-year issue, which they're actually a very good design coin. I don't know, they replaced them with a pretty horrid designs in 1969, 1970. And then we have two commemorative coins here. Okay, so your first coin, which has a pretty low mintage of about 660,000, is this coin. And all the ones I've seen for sale don't have much circulation, so they're pretty much in this grade, and they cost about $5 to $10. So this one has the denomination, it has the date, we have crosses for Christianity most likely, because we'll see what it represents in a minute. The B for the Bogota mint mark, which is the capital of Colombia. On this side we have a Christian congregation, and this is the Eucharistic, so Eucharistico. So it's the 39th. So this is some type of Christian congregation for, I don't know, something to do with Jesus anyway. I'm not too sure what it is about, but it's a relatively low mint coin that can be readily get. But because of the mintage, and the population at the time was roughly 19 million, this really was just a commemorative coin. It's probably sold at the congregation, probably for a little bit over face value. Anyway, so that one we can remove. So that 5 peso would have been a coin, actually a banknote. Okay, the next coin we have is a 1 peso. This one is dated 1967. So this is 12.5 grams, 30 millimeters, and has a mintage of 4 million. It has a little bit over, but I just say 4 million. So yeah, you can pick this up for about $5. And it has Simon Bolivar. Hope I haven't got that confused with the other guy. And it should be pretty easy. I find these, when you buy bulk lots of Colombian coins, you usually get one of these. So even though there's 4 million, and they used the banknote up until 1977, so really this didn't see much circulation. All the ones I see for sale are pretty much in this condition, so uncirculated. So we can take that away because it really wasn't in circulation. So then we have the centavo coins, and all the peso bank coins were actually, or peso denominations were banknotes. Okay, so we have these two commemorative coins here. So, and all these commemorative coins that I see are pretty much uncirculated. What we have is the effigy of Jorge Eleso Gaitan. So, and his name's up the top, spinning around. This is actually quite a nice coin. As you can see, it looks like it's been circulated a bit weird, but no, that's just the way the coin is. So, when you issue 1965, so the 50 centavos is 5 grams, and actually, no, this one is 5 grams. It is 23 millimeters. the 50 centavos, we have, where is it? Okay, so it's 12.5 grams, 30 millimeters. And on the other side, we have a lovely coat of arms of Colombia. So the 50 centavos is a mintage of 600,000. The 20 has a mintage of, I think it's about 1 million. So not really high mint coins, but I doubt these saw circulation because all the ones I see pretty much in this condition, which is almost uncirculated. And it looks like it's got wear on that one, but that's probably just the way it's minted. Okay, so these ones are pretty much the only commemorative coins of this series. So you can probably take those out. A lot of people probably saw those and just kept them like they kept the cooked dollar or whatever. So these ones probably didn't circulate that much. Okay, so then we focus on the rest of the coins. So the other coins are quite uncirculated, these ones. So they have a design that was in 1945 to 51, but those ones are silver, and these ones are not silver. They are nickel clad steel, so, or nickel plated steel, whichever one. So the 50 centavo, 10 grams, 30.5 millimeters, and this is the reverse, just as the denomination, which I quite like. It's reeded, and on this side we have Santander. So here's the other guy that I was talking about, which I get confused between these two, because as you can see, I can see a difference now, but basically when you look at it quickly, based on the hairstyle, they're pretty much the same. Okay, so there is no scarce mintage in this one. So the 50 centavos is always a pretty low mint coin. 1968 is a mintage of 5,460,000. The lowest is 1969 with 1,590,000. And in 1970 they replaced this coin for a smaller 50 centavos. It's the same portrait, but this one's also plated steel, but it is a 12-sided coin like the Australian 50 cent coin. Okay, so these ones are a little bit horrible. Okay, so the other two denominations we have this, pretty much the same. So here we have the 20 centavos. So this one's a lot nicer. I like it because you have the actual reef going around, then you have the actual raised rim, but in between you got this gap, which does add to the actual coin itself. Okay, once again, so this is 4.5 grams, 23.5 millimeters. Issued 1967 to 69. None of them are scarce, and this one is dated 68 and a mintage of 26,680,000. The lowest is 1967, 15.7 million. So really not a hard coin to get, and as you can see, all these are pretty much uncirculated. And then the last one we have is the 10 centavos. So once again, same years of issue. None of them are scarce. They're all in the 20 millions. So this one, 1968, had a mintage of 23.6 million, which is the lowest. What do you have? Is closer to 30 million. And this one, slightly off center, which you do collect coins around the world, you can see that that is not scarce and it's pretty common on coins all over the world. Okay, so for the common coins in circulation, in the early 60s, and these would have been in circulation up into the 70s. We have the 1, 2, and 5 centavos with Roman numerals. We have olives on the 5 and the 1. Cornucopia. Here we just have a reef on this 2 centavos. Okay, the 10 centavos has a Pedro's tribe head, probably fighting against the Spanish, and I cannot find any information on him. His name's Calaca, so I can probably find lots of information in Spanish, but I need to translate it. And on this side I've all got the denomination side. Then we have the coat of arms on the 20 and 50 centavos. So on the other side of the coin, the 20 and 50 had Simon Bolivar, the 10 had the coat of arms, the 1 and the 5 had a Phrygian cap, and the 2 denomination had a winged head with Liberty cap. So it's probably Liberty with winged head, or it could be Hermes. And obviously this design separated these two, so it made it more distinctive. So when you actually use the coin, you were illiterate, or you just quickly looked at it, you can check the design and find out what denomination it is. Okay, so this was design used from 1958 to 1966. It is 12.5 grams, 30.5 millimeters, and it's copper nickel. So Colombia got rid of silver coins earlier than a lot of other countries. Obviously not as early as Denmark, which was 1920. And 1963, 4,098,000. The lowest mintage is 1966 with 2.8 million. So it doesn't seem to be scarce. So what you're looking for is errors and varieties. Now I don't know what errors there are for the 50 centavos of this date, but being the low mintage, I don't think there'll be that many. Okay, now as for the 20 centavos, we have the small date and the large date. So the small date was 1956 and 59. They're the only 2 issues minted with the small date, but check for varieties on all of them. This one, 1959 mintage of about 44.7 million. 1966 had 23.6 million. This was the last year of issue of this coin. So the lowest mintage is 1963 with 12 million. So these are pretty common. I wouldn't pay too much money for that. Okay, for the 10 centavos, it would see that these are pretty common. So this one's 1959, first issue is 1952, last 1966. So all these 1966 last issue. And this had a mintage of 36 million, so a pretty common coin. The lowest that I can see is about 6 million for 52 and 53. So really not a scarce coin to get. Okay, so 41 centavos, we had 2 different issues, one with Liberty and one with the Phrygian cap. So this one was, okay, so the Liberty was minted 1942 to 66. The Phrygian cap was minted 1952 to 58. So this circulated alongside that coin. So in the 1960s, you would use both. And this is a nickel-clad steel, and this one is a copper nickel coin. And in 1967 they changed it to a copper plated steel. Okay, this one's 1969, so it's the copper plated steel version. Had a mintage of 6,870,000, and after that date, pretty much a mintage of this coin died off. This 1952 coin had a mintage of, we don't know because there was no mintage figures. But it seems to be common. What you need to look for is the over date, where there is a 1 over the 5. So that's the over date. There's also 1958 over date, 1948. So and the lowest is 1957 with 900,000. Okay, so 42 centavos, pretty much 1952 to 1965. This was minted, and as you can see, there's 2 varieties that I have got here. So the bottom one was one minted between 1952 and 65. And this is the last year of issue, 1965, that I have here. So it is a gap between the abbreviation. And this has a mintage of 1.8 million. There's a small and large date, so there's two varieties for that coin. This one, 1959, last year of issue of the continuous legend, and has a million of 4,609,000. So none of these are actually high mint coins. Then the last one we have the 5 centavos. So it was copper nickel, which is 95% copper, from 1942 to 1966. So this one's 1950, 1952, 1963. Then we have 1967 to 78, in which they changed it to a copper plated steel. So these two are both the first version. 1952, 3.9 million. It's not really a high mint coin, but you can get them in pretty high grade. This one, 1963 at a mintage of 15 million. If you look at 1971, which is this coin here, had a mintage of 10 million. And even that one, after this coin was minted, the mintages fell, indicating that there was less demand for the coins. So as you can see, all these are pretty much uncirculated. Not hard to get in high grade. And my favourite coin is this one. I just like the toning on it. It's pretty much uncirculated. And you can see the 5 is slightly slanted. So also we have, looks like a lamination under Colombia. There's a lot of errors you can find with these coins. And looks like a little bit of corroded. Okay, and there's another error. Okay, we also have, looks like probably a grease strike there, which greases interrupted centavo and also the denomination too. So that is basically Colombian coins you'll be using in the 1960s. Hope this helps you with your Colombian coins. A lot of errors you can find in them. Not too many varieties. And also the mintages are probably just enough to satisfy the market. So I hope this helps with your Colombian coin collecting. Let me know. Leave a comment down below. And what's your favourite Colombian coin? Thank you and goodbye.